Fall's cool. It just gets a little colder, and you just kind of stay inside as the temp goes down a little bit, and then just kind of get ready to head back out for other stuff. I've practiced a bunch of music today. I was just kind of playing along there to the next song I'm gonna do for my friend Mark. Super roots reggae. My friend Mark Ja Yogi Fierro. I've been working with him for a while. Just purely roots reggae. We've racked up a few songs, and I was just playing that. Our next one we'll do. Everything's already written out. We're just taking our time, and I practiced my drums a lot today, so I'm happy about that. Kind of keep on that as far as music goes. Just when the temp cools down, I'm not outside, doing as much. It's a little wet today, so it'll also give me time to just kind of go through some RC stuff. I'm just gonna start. Today's Sunday. I'm just gonna maybe try to do a few small jobs today as I'm tidying up. I got some gaskets. Might replace the gasket in that 5.3. I might get some start to glue some tires, and just as I go through my parts, just little jobs will pop up. I ordered some stuff for the nitro motor bench here. Here's my two motors that I have been running. They're doing fine. I did notice that the carb screw was loose on the SH. I might not have actually tightened down that screw before I ran it last time. Damn it. Because I had to kind of turn the carb a little bit to fit, and I don't know if I remember tightening it back. So I can remember it running kind of lean and weird. So I tightened that down, and that's another rad reason to pull your motors out and just constantly be looking at them when you're not running them. I'm not going to run nitro for a bit. Well, I just ordered some new stuff, but I'm just going to inspect my motors, and I wanted to put some stuff back in a car. I might get the Scorpion semi-racked up. I could probably do that today. I have some time, plenty of time today. I'm not going to do anything else. But what I'm going to concentrate on right now is this 320. I'd like to get this G320 prepped for the outerwears job on the crankcase. So I'm just going to go through some parts right now, and I'd like to put on a different air filter and carb and all that stuff. Okay, so you can see for my fifth scale heads here, anyhow. Well, I guess it's all the same, nitro and gas. But for those guys that have a lot of experience with these 320s, I have none. I've only run the stock Chongyang 27.5 up an ice pick there, which is a fun motor. It's provides a lot of fun, and I want to treat it with respect. It's still a good motor. So we have here a G320. I believe it's a 30cc. I should know that. 31.8cc. That's killer. It says it right on the little sticker there. 31.8cc. That's rad. That's a little more power than what I got started with. So that's killer. That's kind of like moving up a little bit. So I've gone through the book here. The book does explain that it's important to use this fuel filter. I'm already a little confused. Should I be swapping out my fuel tank lines to install this? Probably. Just get this installed in my gas tank. I can do that. I just wanted to make sure this comes with the motor, so this looks like a good fuel filter. And the book does talk about it. The little book's pretty killer. I've gone through the book a bunch of times, and I'll keep going through it. So I pulled off the air filter that came with this motor. Didn't quite understand it. Here's the carb bolts. I don't know if I should be using these again. I have some other carb bolts here. So I'm just going to go through some stuff here and try to get what I want for an air filter, what I want for a carb. And I am going to go ahead and use the stock plastic intake, just try it out. It's cool. I got tons of everything. Here's a velocity stack. So mostly I want to run my own air filter and my own carb. I want to get that on the motor right now, so this is not exposed. And then maybe we'll prep her for the outerwears job. I got all this stuff to do that too, so I'm just going to get some stuff racked up here, and I'll get right back with y'all. Okay, we got a stock Zenoa block here. So when I took this off the motor, this was the gasket that was on there. It was on there like that. So I'm going to go ahead and thread lock these two bad boys and just get that right on there. Alright, so just put in the insulator block and screw size M5. Standard limit 4.4, 3.9, 4.9. Thinking those are the pounds pressure on a torque wrench, which I don't have. I just have my DDM drivers, so I just thread locked them, gave them a pretty good hand torque, but I'd like to be using a torque wrench just so I can see what it's like to snap in the right amount of torque on that. So anyway, we got this in with the gasket, and then this. So now I got this, and I got a 990 here. So let's get this on right there. I don't know about these. Well, I'm not going to use them. These are the steel bolts that came out of the 320. I'd rather use DDM black hex driver bolts that I just kind of pre-sunk now. I just kind of put everything on just to see these things. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not feeling these, man. Maybe the heads would like strip out. It just feels weird to use a Phillips screwdriver in these steel. Maybe these black ones are like less likely to strip, so I'm not going to use these. And I'm going to set them over here with this kind of stock air filter that came on the engine that I probably will never use. So we have this blue gasket, and then the carb, and then a velocity stack gasket, and the velocity stack. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that on. I'm going to blue thread lock it, and just get her on there. Okay, that went on really good. I love using my DDM drivers and DDM carb bolts. I threw some 55s in there at 60s. There might be 50s right there. Just got a little bit of everything, and this 55 seemed to sink pretty good in there. They're thread locked. Again, I couldn't use the torque wrench. Don't have one yet. Haven't used one yet, but I will. I've seen others use them, and I'd like to get used to following torque specs. But I got it pretty tight with this. I'm gonna go ahead and just put on this kind of shorty air filter. I've been real happy with this kind of cone DT1 filter that kind of stays away from the throttle linkage there and just provides plenty of area. The stock stuff on these just smashes right up against the linkage, and it's like a nightmare. I love all that space that the gas tank and the coney looking filter, I can just see my throttle linkage, and it's killer. But for now, I'm just going to put this shorty on here right now just to protect the intake port. And just get it all racked up on there, and I might watch a couple. When John was putting together his Q shorty, he does the outerwears job from start to finish. I might watch that right now, and I might start the damn job. I'm excited. This is the first step in getting Trigger Happy started. Here's Trigger Happy. So Trigger Happy's a roller, and I'll throw in my own motor and my own everything, you know. I wish HPI still offered that Baja kit. That'd be killer, just to do a complete kit, you know, build your own Baja. But the King motor roller's fine. I mean, it's all good. You're putting in your own motor and pretty much building your own. So I'm just gonna get some of this stuff cleaned up, get this buttoned up. I'm happy now that this is like the first stuff that I want to use on my next car. This is Noah motor, should be killer. So let's just get ready for the next job here. So putting this little shorty air filter on, I'm just noticing just this little area of exposed velocity stack. I at first thought it wasn't going on there. It is. It's just a bigger velocity stack. I think I used a smaller one on Ice Pick here, so I just kind of grabbed at whatever velocity stack I had. I have a few of them, and maybe that's like it's just a taller one, I guess. This filter's on here good. I mean, we're not running right now anyway, but that everything's protected there, so it looks good. I'm happy with that. I just kind of noticed that extra velocity stack there. Just wasn't used to seeing that. It's my first 320. It's happy to see me. I'm happy to see it. There's the clutch. Should be an 8,000 clutch. Been told the 8,000 clutches will run a little hotter. That's good to know. I could see that, higher RPMs, and I'm stoked about this. This already looks a lot different than the stuff that just came on it. Specifically I love the 990s. If there's no choke, I've never ran a choke carb because it's just something I would forget to flip on and off, and I'm just happy to get that choke out of the way. I think a 990 kind of simplifies everything, really. So I like this little air filter, and yeah, I am happy with this stuff. So that motor's ready to go, and well, not really. I got to get the outerwears on there, but I'm just happy that I started doing a few things and getting rid of some stuff that I don't want to use. That's what's cool about this, is putting on stuff that you want to use. And I already had it here, constantly making part orders. So it's fun when you have what you want to run. You can just grab at it and get rid of the other stuff. It's kind of like your own little hobby store. I'll take this and none of that, please. Thank you. I think I'll go black for the outerwears. I got I had to look at the part numbers, man. There's two outerwears. I think this 202553 is like a general one, maybe for like the Chongyang motors, and then there was specific for the G320. So I looked at my part numbers, and I knew I had two of each, so I was able to pull this black one off my parts wall. So I'll set this black 320 outerwears crankcase cover with the motor there. The motor's got some stuff on it that I like, and that motor is ready for an outerwears job. So the evening's kind of moving on right now, and I'm just going to set this aside and do the outerwears job at a later time. But I'm happy knowing that that motor is ready for that job, and so I'll go ahead and put that back in the box. And I'm not sure if I'm going to start another job tonight. I could. Maybe I'll get this 053 outfitted with a better gasket. I'm looking at, I should be looking at more gaskets right here. Manifold gasket. That's the gasket that goes on the motor. See if I can find something to put on this 5.3 pipe. Get it cleaned up a little bit. Might have too many springs on there. So maybe I'll go ahead and do that. And just probably call it for small jobs. But everything's cleaned up. And just getting ready for that run next weekend. So see what I can find here. Dig around my stuff a little more. What a mess. God dang, man, I just pulled this pipe apart. What a mess, dude. Fuck. Did that thing get too hot? Did I have too many springs on there? It was just like mushing it down too much? Good grief, dude. Anyway, I'll get this cleaned up, man. That ain't right. I hope I can get that shit out of there. Yeah, I'll get this cleaned up and hopefully get the right. I can't even tell what kind of rubber gasket goes on there. I think I have the right one, but damn, man, that thing got taken apart. Alright, yeah, let's definitely get into this. Well, yeah, end of the weekend, just a couple small jobs, just hanging out. Got another gasket on the 053. I will use my spring tool. I'll just put 3 springs back on there, and I'll probably put it back on the truggy here. I got some clutch stuff coming for the truggy, so yeah, whips are apart. Just gonna button her up in the old RC corner, just chill out and watch TV, watch a few videos, get this pipe back together, and just look forward to doing some more running. We're going to do some fifth scale. When it gets cold and weather gets pretty bad, I mean, I can still run fifth scale. I'll have to figure something out for nitro. It doesn't rain here all the time. We're in the high desert. So there'll be days where it's not wet, it'll just be cold. I can bring a generator with a heat gun. So yeah, I shouldn't get beat by rain too many times. I think I'm gonna want to run nitro a lot more this winter than I did last winter. I ran some last winter, but I just didn't know as much as I do now, and so I want to see what I can make happen when the weather gets cold. Kind of see what it's kind of the challenge is making nitro happen in the winter. I think it's doable. Just depends on the conditions. Just kind of take it. Just kind of have stuff ready to go, and that's it. But I'll be a lot happier just using a heat gun and bump boxes than pulling a cord when it's cold. That sucked. Pulling on a cord when it was super cold. I did that when I first got a couple of my Scorpions. I was in the parking lot there pulling on the cord and it's cold. I just wanted to run, but I don't know. I even did it in the dark at night, and maybe it was easy to just pull on the cord at midnight. I did, man. I ran those things at night over here just when I first got them because I wanted to hear the engine, and I'll figure it out because it's dark early. Wear a headlamp, and I'll figure something out. Just bring one car out, keep it simple. But I am excited to run nitro when we start getting into weather. I'm excited for fall and winter, so just adapt. Anyways, so I hope everybody had a good weekend. I did. And again, video number 2, just chilling out, but again, thankful for everybody out there. Just wanted to say, hey, my name's Craig, and I'll talk it to all y'all very soon later on.